This is one of my favorite parks in New Mexico. It's definitely underrated. Yeah, the shadows fall across the mountains up there, the rocks. It's just beautiful. I wish I'd have booked more time here. And I only have this one night. Hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing great, and yeah, you had a really nice Thanksgiving, whatever you decided to do with it. I hope it was great. I ended up here in my little winter, one of my little winter camps, just making my Thanksgiving dinner just for myself, no friends or family here, and before you feel sorry for me, that's kind of the way I choose to spend my Thanksgiving. So what was really nice was the first 2 hours of Thursday morning, I ended up texting friends and family back and forth, and then my big brother called me and I talked to him. So I spent the whole morning just saying happy Thanksgiving to everybody and seeing how everyone was doing. So it was nice. I actually choose that over large family gatherings or a lot of people because I'm a bit of an introvert and I'm not real comfortable, so this distance is really nice. Anyway, yeah, so that was really cool, but I got a late start on making my Thanksgiving meal because of it, which is fine. There's no rules out here, you know. But I was planning to have it for lunch, and it ended up that was not the case. But it was like 60 degrees outside here, and just beautiful. And I decided to get my 2-burner Coleman stove out, my propane, put it on the bench over here, and just do all the cooking outside because I had all these veggies and everything to make. And I have this itty bitty little kitchen in here, and I just didn't want to mess it up. So that was really nice. Normally I cook in here unless there's, you know, big meals or something. So it was nice. It was beautiful outside. I could go outside and cook, and that was great. And I didn't tell you guys, but I spoiled myself. I swore before I plugged in this winter at a campground again for the winter that I would buy myself a little air fryer because I cooked everything in my air fryer back at my old house. I loved cooking in that. And so I did, but I didn't see what I wanted out there in the world. So I ended up doing better. I got a small toaster oven that had an air fryer on it, and it was fairly cheap, and I didn't need anything fancy because I have so little space here in the kitchen. I just didn't want anything, you know, too big. But it ends up, I ended up putting my table out here beside the trailer. I remembered my trailer had some plug-ins out there. Since I plugged into electricity, those outlets work. And I just did my cooking in the toaster oven air fryer outside. So that works out really good. And then I can just, when it cools off, just throw that back in the van. And I don't have that taking up all my space out here. But it's kind of a luxury for me. But I really do miss that air fryer. And this will be nice. Of course, I'll have to use it inside if it gets really cold, but yeah, that was just something I really wanted from my old life. And the one I had at the house was huge. It would have never fit in here. So it's a toaster oven, has double duty. I mean, you know, that's great. So anyway, yeah, I actually have some video I'll show you here. Just a few clips of Thanksgiving Day outside cooking and the general area I'm at right now. And I'll put that on right now. There's our little Mabel. Happy Thanksgiving, sweetie. And this is my view on this Thanksgiving 2023. Okay, so I know you guys are wondering how Jeff is, and as far as I know, he seems to be doing a lot better. He's kind of a stoic guy. He not real demonstrative, so it's hard to tell. And of course, cats can be like that, especially if they're not feeling well. They try to hide it. But as opposed to Mabel, who wears her feelings on her sleeve, he's just really hard to tell. So there's a couple of things I can tell when something's wrong is he starts dropping weight. And he has never really, the last 2 years he's been struggling with this disease, he's never really been able to get that weight back, and now we know why. But he started to lose, he was putting on a little bit of weight, and he started to lose it again. And the other thing is really with him, how I can tell is he doesn't play with Mabel when he doesn't feel well. And for the last couple months, he has not been playing with her. So I've had to take up the slack. Get with a guy. She can play forever. But it helps when he pitches in and plays with her too. But anyway, he actually started playing with her again, which is so cool. And I did video. It's in the morning. They do this in the morning, and probably during the night too while I'm trying to sleep. God knows, they wake me up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know who to blame that on. I know partially that's Mabel's fault, but sometimes I think Jeff is bouncing on top of me too. There's not a whole lot of room in here, so I never get after him about it. I just kind of curl up in a corner and wait till it won't last forever. I always know it. But anyway, so they were playing the other morning, and I love to get my coffee and sit down and just watch them. And the other morning, since it's been a while since he's played with her, I did record it, and I will put those clips of them playing at the end of the video, because I know some of you like to see the kitties, and I really do enjoy it when they're going at it. Of course, when Mabel was a kitten, it was a lot different. To watch them now, it's 2 full-grown cats, and she's learned some of the moves and, you know, the do's and do nots, you know, of fighting and stuff. And Jeff can be, when he starts stalking her, when he gets irritated at it and starts stalking, he can be pretty scary, you know. You know, when he's like, okay, little girl, you know. But where Jeff is actually, and I know you can't tell in the videos, but he's actually twice her size, and you cannot tell in the videos how small she is. But she's got all this weight on her, and Jeff doesn't have the weight, but he has the size. And she's actually a very tiny kitten, but she uses that weight when she's fighting with him. She just throws herself at him. She has always done that. But anyway, going in, I'm gonna put some of the video there at the end, because for you all that like to watch him play. So yeah, let's see, I have to write things down so I don't forget anything. He seems to be doing better. His gums are nice and pink now, and there's a little darker pink around the cuspids. I worked in the dental laboratory field for 40-something years, and I call them cuspids, the canines. I know the vet looked at me strange, probably because I said cuspids, but anyway, yeah, it's a little redness. Before they were just blood red. His gums all the way back down his throat, and just streaks of red. And it's nice to see it all pink. Now it's been, I think it's 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks since he had the surgery. The vet told me not to give him his medicine for a month. And I'm hoping he won't need a lot of it, that maybe he can cut back on it, but we'll see. But she said wait a month, because he got 2 really heavy-duty shots, and they won't wear off. And right now he's looking really good. I think his 4th, I'll have to check. he starts back on his medicine next week. And we're good. I don't have to, you know, go in to see them again unless something goes wrong till next year. So that's good. So that's that on Jeff. Yeah, I think he's doing good. Let's see. Oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you, on my trip, I just did a real quick estimate on everything, but on my trip I went 3,228 miles, and for you that do not know, I went from Eagle Nest up to Madison, Wisconsin, down to St. Louis, from St. Louis to Oklahoma City back to New Mexico, the southeastern part of New Mexico. And I didn't always take a direct route when I did that because it had a lot to do with the campgrounds and stuff like that, like the free camping in Missouri and stuff. Like from Madison to St. Louis would have been a lot quicker just to go through Illinois, but Illinois is a boring state to drive through. And not a whole lot of camping that I know about that would have been free. So I took the longer route back through Missouri, and there's plenty of free camping here. So it was, you know, and I ran around here and there, but I altogether came to 3,228 miles. And the gas on that was $856. That's a lot of money. And in this life, living this kind of life, your biggest cost is the gas, and it's really not something you can control, except you stay places longer. And that $856 was spread out over 2 months because I didn't just run from here to there to there to there. I spread it out over a longer period of time, over 2 months. So that helps. But it is usually the highest bill along with the food in this kind of lifestyle. And, you know, you can control the food costs, but not so much the gas costs. You know, the gas costs what it costs. There's not much you can do about it. But I thought I'd let you guys know about that. I didn't even bother adding up the campgrounds because I went to a lot of COE's campgrounds that I didn't really need to go to. Like I didn't need to go to any of them in Kansas because I know all this free camping there, but I wanted to try them out. And next year, like, yeah, I don't want to know what I spent on it because it'll freak me out because I stayed at places a lot more than I should have. Even though they were $10 instead of $20. I really shouldn't have done that. But I'll know for next year. I did need to stop every 3 days and plug in somewhere. That I had to do because of the rainy, cool weather, or lack of sun. If I'm driving, I can't charge and things like that. I can't charge the trailer battery. And really, with the trailer, I don't need... I can shut everything down in the trailer except the fan. The fan has to run because it was kind of warm in the cats, to keep the cats cool. But I keep my Jackery 240 here in the trailer, and I can run my lights and everything off of that. I don't, you know, and I shut down the fridge in here and just use the one in the van. But anyway, yeah, those campgrounds, I don't even want to know what I spent on them. I'm just going to, you know, try to do better next year. Because I know it was way over $200. So, yeah, I just stopped at that point and said I don't want to know what I spent. It was a vacation. I haven't really had a good time vacation since I've been here, and it was a vacation. But we will take that all into consideration if I make the trip next year, too. So, I guess the last thing I wanted to tell you was there's just not a lot to talk about out here. I'm in my winter mode. I'm hunkered down for the winter. The campgrounds I'm going to stay at, as you know, last year I went to all of the ones in the area to find out which the best ones were, which ones I wanted to stay at, and so I'm basically alternating between 2 or 3 campgrounds here, and there's not a lot to do. It's winter. It gets cold. It hasn't really gotten cold yet. It does at night. It's been in the upper 20s at night, but it's 50s, 60s during the day. That's going to drop. This is only end of November, so there's not going to be a whole lot to do, and I'm not the kind of content creator that will go out and do things just to have content. I said that before. I'm just not, it's too much like a job. And I worked my whole life and I don't want to work anymore. So if I see things, when I see things I want to do, I'll do them and video them for you guys. But I'm not going to go, oh my gosh, I got to go out and find something to do just so you people can watch it. It's just sorry. That's not the kind of person I am. Too much like work. But I don't know. I'll try my best to put as much video up as I can, and we'll see how that goes. I don't know. Sometimes I just like to blabber on like I'm doing now. But I think that's about it. Yep, that's about it. Not much else to say. I covered it all. Anyway, so what you saw at the beginning of the video was a couple places I stayed before I got over here to the Southwest. Those were bottomless lakes, which do have a bottom. Bottomless lakes in Roswell and Oliver Lee State Park in Alamogordo. And I really wish I had spent more time there. I'm going to try to hit that in the spring. I do have plans for like March in the springtime, but we'll talk about those later in another video. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm being weird. I'm going to throw the clips of the kitties here at the end if you want to watch them. And you guys all take care, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.